Hi everyone, welcome to Homeschooling channel. Today we are going to start a new chapter in mathematics. In this chapter, we are going to have 3 videos, each video consisting of 10 to 15 questions. In the first two parts of the videos, we will cover the basics along with questions of low and medium difficulty level. In the third part, we are going to cover high difficulty level questions along with the questions asked in previous years in SAT exam. I'm going to comprehensively cover different types of questions possible from this chapter from various SAT books. One thing I can make sure that even though you have never read this chapter before, after sincerely watching all 3 videos in this chapter, you will be able to solve any questions related to this chapter asked in future SAT exams. I want you to take out your notebook and pen and start solving these questions along with me. So let's go. So let's first come to the syllabus. This chapter comes under geometry and trigonometry, lines and angle. So let's start with the basic definition. So what is a line? A line is something which does not have an endpoint, and it can be extended indefinitely in both direction. So it can be extended till here. So it is it can be extended in. So line is has no endpoints, and it can be extended indefinitely in both the directions. Now what is a line segment? So a line between 2 points, a definite line between 2 points is called a line segment. So line segment is part or portion of a line with two endpoints. So these are two endpoints is called a line segment. Now what is a ray? Ray starts from a point and it can go indefinitely in one direction. So ray has one endpoint and it can be extended in one direction. Now what is an angle? Angle is formed by intersection of two lines. So let's say these are two lines and this is where they're intersecting. It is called as vertex. So the the point at which two lines intersect, there it forms an angle. They can be like this also. Here also two lines are intersecting, so we have one angle here, one angle here, one angle here, and one angle here. Now what is a collinear point? Collinear point, when three or more lines are connected by a single line, is are called collinear point. So these are three lines and it is connected by one line, then it is called as then these 3 points are called as collinear point. Let's take another example. So there are also these 3 points. Okay, so are these 3 points collinear or not? So let's go to the definition. Three or more point lies on the same line, but it does not lies on the same line. There are two lines, so these 3 points are non-collinear. Now let's move on to the next types of angle. So first angle is acute angle. Any angle that is greater than 0 degree and less than 90 degrees. So any angle like 0.5 degree to or 89.9 degree, anything that is less than 90 degree and more than 0 degree is called an acute angle. Right angle, when a line when one line is perpendicular to another line, then the angle between those two lines are called right angle. Now obtuse angle, any angle that is greater than 90 degree, that like 90.5, 91, 94 degree, and less than 180 degree, 179, 145, 123. Any angle between 90 to 180 degree is called an obtuse angle. Now a straight line, the angle of a straight line is 180 degree. Now let's come to reflex angle. Reflex angle, any angle that is between 180 degree and 360 degree is called a reflex angle. Now let's come to the pair of angles. Complementary angle. Complementary angle is an angle where sum of two angles is 90 degree is called a complementary angle. So this is an example of complementary angle. Let's consider that this is A and this is B. So if these two angles are complementary, then the sum would be 90 degree. Let's say that if we know the value of one angle, let's say we know the value of A, that is 30 degree. So the complementary angle B would be 90 minus A, that is equal to 90 minus 30, 60 degree. Similarly, supplementary angle, in angle whose sum is 180 degree. So here both the angle A and angle B, and angle A and angle B, sum of both the angles would be 180 degree. Let's take B. We know the value of 125 degree. A is 125. So what is going to be B? So 180. So B is equal to 180 minus A. That would be 180 minus 125, which is going to be 55 degree. So complementary angle A plus B is equal to 90 degree when sum of two angles are 90 degree, and supplementary angle sum of two angles is 180 degree. Let's go to the definition now. Two angles are said to be complementary to each other when their sum of their measurement is 90 degree. So similarly, supplementary angle, two angles whose sum is 180 degree. Few students might get confused between complementary and supplementary. So for complementary, it starts with C. It, the letter C come first, so we will 90 and 180 degree. So and S is a letter which comes on later stage, so 180 degree. So a smaller angle for a letter which comes first, and the letter bigger angle for a letter which comes later. So if you have confusion between complementary and supplementary, you can remember by this. Now let's come to the next angle, that is adjacent angle. Two angles are said to share a common vertex and have a common arm. So this is an example of uh, adjacent angle. So it says that it has a common vertex. So B, it is a common vertex and it has a common arm, that is BD. So this angle would be an adjacent. It has to satisfy both the condition, common vertex and common arm. Now let's go to the linear pair of angle. The linear pair of angle are also adjacent angle, but the sum of their angle is 180 degree. So this is a example of first we have to check for a linear pair of angle. First we have to check it is an adjacent angle or not. So for an adjacent angle, we need to have a common vertex, that is B, and a common arm, BD, and the sum of both the angles should be 180 degrees. So as we can see, the sum of both the angles are 180 degree. Now let's take this figure, this one. uh, Tell me, this is a adjacent angle or linear pair of angle. Okay, so let's check.
the sum of, as we know for linear pair, the sum should be 180 degree, but here 150 plus 70, so it is 220, so it is not a linear pair of angle. Now let's check for an for adjacent angle. So for adjacent angle you need to have a common vertex, so we have 0, sorry, O as a common vertex and a common arm. So this is going to be an adjacent angle. I hope you you are able to understand me. Now let's come to the questions. So first, complement. So in complement of an angle, in both the angles would be 90 degrees. So if we know one angle, then the other would be 90 minus B would be 90 minus A. So for first, we will write 90 minus 35. So it is going to be 55 degree, and the complement of 72 degree is 90 minus 72, which is going to be 18 degree. Okay. Next question. Supplement. Supplement triangles we have to find here. So A plus B is equal to 180 degree. So for this one, 180 degree minus 54, 6 times 7 and 126. For this one, 180 degree minus 132, so it is going to be 8 and 132, 8, 7 and 48. Next question. If an angle is 28 degree less than its complement, find its measure. So let's take an angle. Let's An angle is equal to x. Complement of that angle would be 90 minus x. So let's read the question again. If an angle is that let the angle is 28 degree less than its complement, so complement is 90 minus x minus 28 degrees. So as per the question, angle is 28 degree less than the complement. The complement is 90 minus x. Now we can calculate x here. 90 minus x minus 28. So we will take x on that side. So x plus x and 90 minus 28. So this would be 62 and this would be 2x. So x would be 62 divided by 2. That would be 31. So the answer would be B, 31. Next question. An angle is equal to 8 times its complement. Determine its measure. So angle is x, its complement is 90 minus x. So x is x is 8 times of its complement. Complement is 90 minus x. So x is equal to 8 into 90 minus 8x. So we'll take x on that side. So 8x plus x is equal to 8 into 90. So 9x, 8 into 90. So x would be 8 by 90 divided by 9. So that would be 10. So 8 into 10 would be 80. So the value of x would be 80. So the option would be D, 80. Now if the angle 2x minus 10 degree and x minus 5 degree are complementary, means the sum of these two angles is 90 degrees. So find x. So 2x minus 10 plus x minus 5, as the both of them are complementary angles, so their sum would be 90 degree. So this would be 3x minus 15x is equal to 90. So 90 will take 15 that side, so 90 plus 15, 105. So x is equal to 105 divided by 3. So 3 times 3 times and 15, 35. So the answer would be 35. Next question. If supplement of an angle is 2/3 of itself. So now here it is not complement, it is supplement. Determine the angle and the supplement respectively. Uh, I want you to pause this video here and solve this question by yourself, because there is a trick in the option here. So I would ask you to pause this video here. I'll start talking after 10 seconds. So pause this video, solve it by yourself, then we will solve it together. I hope you have given this question a try. Now let's solve this question together. Let an angle be x. The supplementary would be 180 minus x. So as per the question, if supplement of an angle 180 degree minus x is 2/3 of itself, that is x, determine the angle and its supplement. So now we're going to solve it. We'll take 3 on that side, so 3 into 180 minus 3x is equal to 2x. So we'll take that side, so 2x plus 3x and 3 into 180, so 5x 3 by 180. So x would be 3 into 180 divided by 5. So 5 3 times 36. So 36 into 3, 8, 108. So the angle would be x. So now the supplement of that angle would be 180 minus x. So the value of x is 108. So the answer would be 72. So we have these two angles. See, if you if you have find both the angles, then if you go through the I would say go through the option, most of the students might mistake uh, uh, and mark the option A, but this option is correct because determine the angle, that is x and supplement respectively. So x, the value of x is 108 and supplement is 72. So we have to find an option where 108 is before and supplement angle is given later. So the correct answer would be D. If you like the way I teach and want to buy a comprehensive course for SAT exam at a very affordable price, you can download our app from the App Store and start your self-paced preparation from pre-recorded videos provided in the course. My course also includes chapter-wise practice questions along with 20 test series at par with SAT exam. You can find all the links in the description below. Now let's move to the next question. In this question, it is given that if the complement of an angle is equal to the supplement of thrice of it, find the measure of angle. So let's say the angle is x, this complement is 90 minus x and the supplement is 180 minus x. Now the question says that if the complement of an angle, that is 90 minus x, is equal to the supplement of thrice of it. Thrice of it. Thrice of it means x. So supplement is 180 minus supplement of thrice of it. So thrice of it would be 3x. So now we can solve it. Uh, this would be 3x minus x and 180 minus 90. So this would be 2x is equal to 90. So x would be 90 by 2, that would be 45 degree. So find the measure of angle. The angle would be, you have to type here 45. Now let's move to the next question. If supplement of an angle is 3 times its complement, find the angle. So let the angle be x, the complement would be 90 minus x, and the supplement would be 180 minus x. So the question says that if supplement of an angle, that is 100 degree minus x, is equal to 3 times its complement. 3 times complement is 90 minus x. So now let's solve it. 180 minus x is equal to 270 minus 3x. So if we take 3x, that's it, so it will be 3x minus x is equal to 270 minus 180 degree. So 2x is equal to 270 minus 180, that would be 90 degree. So x would be 90 by 2, that is 45 degrees. So your answer would be 45. Now let's move to the next question. The given in the below figure, how many pairs of adjacent angle and linear pairs respectively? So as we know, in an adjacent angle, we need to satisfy two things, that is, it should have a common, as we have read in the definition, it should have a common vertex, plus it should have a common arm. So let's find how many pairs we can have. So let's take this one first. O, O as a common vertex and OC as a common arm. So we can have two angles like this. Angle uh, angle BOC and angle COD. If we take this one as a whole and this one as a common arm, so we can make two angles out of it, this one and this angle. Angle BOC and angle COD. Similarly, if we go from this side, if we take this one and this as a common arm, so angle AOD and angle DOC. So these are two pairs, and this angle and this angle, and this one is taken as a common arm. Now what we can do is we can take OD as a common arm, and we will take this angle and this whole angle, DOC. So we can also write this as angle AOD. This one is a common arm, and we are taking this angle, so that is equal to angle DOB. Similarly, if we take this one as a common arm, and you can take these two angles, this angle and this whole angle. So the other angle would be angle BOC and angle COA. So we have four pairs of adjacent. Now let's find linear pair. Linear pair, in basics we have read linear pair has it should satisfy two conditions, that it should be an adjacent angle, and the sum should be 180 degree. So for adjacent angle we need to have a common word, common r. So if we take this one as OC as a common arm, and this, and we can take these two angles because the sum of these two angles would be, so angle, if we take OC as a common arm, so angle BOC and angle AOC as one pair, as the sum would be. And if we take OD as a common arm, so these two angle, this angle and this whole angle, so angle AOD and angle DOB. So so for linear pair we have two pairs, so answer would be 4 and 2. Now let's move to the next question. In the given figure, find x and further find angle BOC, COD and angle AOD. So this is a linear angle as we can see. So the sum would be 180 degree. So x plus 10 plus x plus x plus 20. Sum of all these three angles would be 180 degree. So this would be 3x plus 30 is equal to 180 degree. So if we take 30 on that side, so 3x would be 180 minus 30, that would be 150. Hence x is equal to 150 by 3, that would be 50. So the value of x is 50. So angle DOC is 50, angle DOCOD is 50 degree, and angle BOC, this is x plus 20, that is 50 plus 20, 70 degree. So angle BOC is 70 degree, and this is an angle AOD is x plus 10. So 50 plus 10, that would be 60. So this angle would be 60 degree. Now let's move to the next question. In the figure above, angle AOC and angle BOC, these two angles forms a linear pair. That means the sum of these two angles would be 180 degrees. So this is angle A and this is angle B. So sum of, as it forms a linear pair, so the sum of these two angles would be 180 degree. In the question it is also given that if A minus 2B is 30 degree, so A minus 2B is equal to 30 degree. We have to find the value of A and B. So if we subtract, these are two equations, equation 1 and this is equation 2. If we subtract equation 2 from equation 1, so the sign would be minus, this would be minus minus plus, and this would be minus. So this would be 3b is equal to 150. So the value of b would be 50 degree. So this, if this is 50 degree, so what is going to be a, from equation 1, from, if you take equation 1, so a is equal to 180 degree minus b. From this equation we can write that a plus b is 180 degree, so a is equal to 180 degree minus b. So 180 degree minus 50, that is 130 degree. So the value of is 130. So this is your answer. Now let's move to the next question. If angle POR, so let's take an angle like this, angle POR, this is P, this is your O, and this is your R. POR is 3x. Okay, and angle QOR, so if we look at these two angles, OR is common. Okay, OR is common, so angle QOR, so we can make like this, QOR. QOR is 2x plus 10. Find the, in question it is said that find the value of x for which POQ will be a line. So in question it is given that POQ will be aligned. So instead of this, we will have something like this, a straight line. This is your O, this is your P, and this is your Q. This is going because it's a linear, and this would be a R, and this angle would be 2x plus 10, and this angle would be 3x. So it forms a linear, this POQ will be a line. So if POQ is a line, so R would be somewhere in between like this, 2x plus 10. So if it is forming a line, then the sum of these two angles, 3x plus 2x plus 10, would be 180 degree. So if POQ will be a line, so then sum of these, because this will form a linear pair, these two angles would be form, so 3x plus 2x plus 10 sum would be 180 degrees. So now we can find the value of x, 5x, and 180 degree minus 10, that would be 170 degree. Now x would be 170 by 5, so 3 times 15 and 4 times 34. So angle, so value of x is, so as we know, angle POR is equal to 3x. So 34 into 3, that would be 190, and plus 12, that would be 102. And angle QOR is equal to 2x plus 10, that is 34 into 2, that would be 68 plus 10. So 68 plus 10 would be 78. But in the question we have to just find the value of x, so your answer would be 34 degree. Now moving to the next question. Now in this question, in the given figure, ray OS stands on line POQ. OS is this one, it is at a perpendicular to POQ. Ray OR and OT. OR and OT are angle bisectors. So if it is 90 degree and these two are angle bisectors, that means these two angle here and these two would be 45 degree of angle POS and SOQ. So these two will be 45, 45. This one would be 45 and 45. If angle POS is equal to S, find angle ROT. So we have to find what is this angle ROT. It seems like a perpendicular angle, but there is one more angle, 90, and one more option, 80. So we have to check it that this is a perpendicular angle or not. So let's solve it. First we are going to approach it that angle POR is equal to angle ROS. Okay, and angle POS, see angle PO, because it's RO is the angle bisector, so both the angles would be 45 here, so that's why they are equal, 45 degree, and angle ROS is also 45 degree. Now angle POS is 90 degree, so we can also write it as twice of 45 degree. So we can write angle POS is equal to twice of angle ROS. So angle POS is equal to is twice of this, because this is 45 degrees, so it would be twice of angle ROS. Now similar, so this would be first equation. Now let's take similarly for this angle, angle QOS is equal to twice of angle POS. So this is going to be our second equation. So as we can see that POQ is a linear line, so is a line, so the linear angle would be 180 degree. Sum of these two angles would be 180 degree. So angle POS, this angle and this angle, the sum of these two angles would be 180 degree. So from equation 1 2 we can write angle POS is equal to angle ROS from equation 1, and from equation 2 we can write angle QOS is equal to angle TOS, and we can also write this one as 2 into 90 degree. So if we take 2 common out of it, so we can see then angle ROS and angle TOS and 2 into 90 degree. So these two on the both sides would get cancelled, and angle ROS, so angle ROS and angle TOS. So you can write these two angles as angle ROT is equal to 90 degree. So the correct answer would be B, angle ROT. Now coming to the next question. In the given figure, line XY and MN intersect at O. XY and MN intersect at this is the vertex O. If angle POY is equal to 90 degree, so this angle is 90 degree, and the ratio of angle A and angle B is 2:3. So let us take angle A as 2x and angle B as 3x. So find the angle C. So first we need to find the value, because see, this is a line, so the sum of these two angles would be 180 degrees. So already 90 degrees there, so 3x plus 2x would be 3x plus 2x is equal to 90 degree. So 5x is equal to 90, hence x is equal to 90 by 5, 1 and 48 18 times. Okay, so angle A would be 2x, that would be equal to 2 into 18 36, and angle B would be 3x, 8 3s are 24 and 54. So now let's see, this line. We have to find what is C. So this is a line, so these two angles, the sum of angle B and angle C would be 80 degrees. So angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degree. So 3x is equal to B is 54 plus C is equal to 180 degree. So C would be 180 minus 54. So 612. So the correct answer would be C. So this is the end of the part 1 of the line and angle chapter. We will take more questions in the other video. If you are new to this channel, do not forget to subscribe and share it with your friends in school. And if you are interested in my course, you can find the link in the description. Thank you very much. Have a good day.